I first moved to Asia in 2019, and then I moved to China first. I lived in Korea, did a bit of time in Thailand, now living in Vietnam. And on my travels, one thing I've noticed is we don't see too many guys like us doing this traveling thing. And what I mean by that is I see a lot of black Americans, I see a lot of white Americans, I see a lot of black Africans, other Europeans, Australians. I don't see many black British guys doing this travel thing, bro. Not many. It's probably just me. All right, welcome. This is officially first episode of the Making It Abroad podcast. So I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Finally got started. Got my boy Derick here with me. Thanks for coming, my bro.
Right, Brody.
You're actually my first ever guest. So.
Yeah, 100, bro. Humble to be that, bro.
I really appreciate you coming, my bro.
Man, had to, bro. You told me to come true and the setup's mad professional, bro. Even for your first time, bro. This is mad.
Love, bro. Try it, bro. But fam, you know me, bro. When I like to do things, bro, I just like to go all in, bro. I can't even lie. I'm a kind of like either all in or don't give a damn kind of guy still.
Yeah, therefore, I got that vibe from you, bro. Like, without a doubt, like, even in talking to you about setting this up and having this go through, like, the conversations we was having, the way that you was putting yourself across, I knew it was going to be something that was proper, innit? I wouldn't put myself or my name to something that I didn't really think was going to be, like, a piece of, like, a body of work, innit? So, for me, just appreciate you giving me the holler, bro. And yeah, let's get into it. Like, that discipline and that mindset is something that I think we're going to explore a bit later on, especially with you, bro, because it's something from a distance I've admired with you, bro. Like, when you get onto something, that's all you're on, bro.
Love, my guy.
And it's sick, bro. It's good to see, bro.
Appreciate it. You know, one of the reasons why I specifically wanted you for my first guest, bro, like, I had a couple people I want to interview, and I will get round to them, but I specifically wanted you first because, as you know, we're living in Vietnam, bro. Like, I'm sure we'll get into the culture differences. There's certain things I really love about being here, and there's a lot of things that kind of just annoy me and piss me off, bro. I won't lie. And, bro, I can't lie, bro. I've never actually said this to you, but I've told this to a couple other guys. Like, I was actually, like, no homo, no sounding weird thing, but when I first met you, bro, I was actually mad excited, bro.
Nah, same,
because
Brody.
so I first moved to Asia in 2019, and then I moved to China first. I lived in Korea, did a bit of time in Thailand, now living in Vietnam. And on my travels, one thing I've noticed is we don't see too many guys like us doing this traveling thing. And what I mean by that is I see a lot of black Americans, I see a lot of white Americans, I see a lot of black Africans, other Europeans, Australians. I don't see many black British guys doing this travel thing, bro. Not many. It's probably just me, you, and my boy Terrell in Thailand. I don't see many. So when I saw you, my bro, I got super excited. I was just like, yeah, bro, a guy like me, bro, I can relate to. So yeah, bro, that's the main reason why I wanted to get you first, bro, the relatability.
Love and respect, bro. Cause honestly, that's what it was when I saw you and when we linked up. Because our origin stories, not to make it sound like a Batman thing, but our origin stories are pretty similar, innit? We both come from inner London backgrounds, innit? We grew up there, innit? And when you grow up there, that shapes you different, innit?
100.
Builds you different, innit? And then to go from there and actually have our heritage, like, I don't think, I had a conversation with someone who's here from America, as you say, black, African American, and they find it way more difficult to trace their lineage because if you imagine how long they've been there, so they've gone through the slave trade, they've done all that, they've done the 60s, they've done the 70s, they've done the 80s, but wherein they can't necessarily tie back to where in Africa or where in the Caribbean they're from. For them it's different. For us, like, our sense of identity, I don't know about you, I'm British, I'm not English.
Bro, 100, fam. I'm British, I'm not English. You know how many times I've always said that, bro? But you know what's just crazy, fam? It's not even just me who said that. I almost feel like living in England, English people even remind me of that as well, bro. Whether it's directly or indirectly, you are not English. So even in my home country, I still kind of felt like an outsider, bro. I don't know if you felt that as well.
Bro, constantly, bro. Like, no matter what you do, like, no matter how you give back, no matter what you do for your community, you're always going to be non-English. Like, and you know that growing up. Like, you learn it pretty early on that you're different. Like, I think I spoke to my mum about it at one point because she grew up in Nigeria. And for her, when she woke up and went to school as a kid, everyone looked like her. Like, she left school, walked down the road, everyone understood her. Like, it was something normal, it was natural. But for us growing up in those zones that we did, yeah, we had clusters of culture and people that stayed together. But if you got on a bus and went North London, or you got on a bus and went to a different part of London, you find out you're an outsider pretty quick. You go outside London, you go to Chester, you go to Preston, you go to them small villages, and you will find out pretty quickly you ain't English.
Word, bro. I've always said this, and I know you'll get it. London is not England, bro. London is not the UK. London's like its own little bubble.
Therefore,
Bro, 100, when you leave London, it's a whole different vibe, bro.
Without
I remember, so I grew up in London my whole life, but I went to university in Norwich. Bro, them 3 years when I was in university in Norwich, bro, you find out real quick, bro, you are an outsider, my guy. It's just different. But you know what I find super interesting? I've noticed something. There's something really unique about being black in the UK. When I meet black people from France or Portugal, they usually say, I'm French or I'm Portuguese. But in England, it's different, bro. No one says they're English, bro. If you're black and you're from England, you'll say, I'm Ghanaian, I'm Nigerian, I'm Jamaican, I'm Trinidadian. We always put our home countries first. And that's something I always found interesting. But in France, Portugal, the black people I meet there, I'm French, I'm Portuguese. But in England, we don't claim English.
not at all. Not at all. And I don't know whether their societies are more inclusive. And I'm not saying that London isn't inclusive at all. It definitely is. London in itself, within its different chasms, is. But on a whole, England isn't like that. Like I don't think it ever will be. I think we're seeing a trend and a rise in nationalism in the UK. Like, you look at Brexit, people want to be more focused on their own rock, their own piece of earth. They want to be just England, regardless of whether that benefits them or they lose. So I think we're seeing that internationally, but definitely in the UK, there's a bigger rise in nationalism. Like, they want to be just England and stand on that. Not considering all the colonialism that they spread and all the places that are now claiming independence back. But yeah, they are trying to make themselves more England first. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's the reality. You know?
Bro, there's something interesting going on in the world right now. There's a shift in power brewing. There's a big shift in power brewing. And like you said with colonialism, like the Western world has been in control for so many years. But bro, China's on the rise. China's seriously on the rise, and it's a massive threat. And that new leader, I can't remember his name, Traore?
Oh, Ibrahim.
Ibrahim Traore. He's a serious threat to France. Serious threat. And yeah, with all these BRIC countries on the rise, bro, there's a serious threat to power brewing. And I think we're going to be seeing some interesting times coming up. Very interesting times. But we're going to get back into that more. I just want to touch base on the backstory a bit more. So yeah, we started talking about British culture, heritage. Tell me, bro, give us a bit about your backstory, where you're from.
So born in London, born in South London specifically. But my dad's family, my dad's from Barbados, but they all emigrated. Majority of them emigrated to Guyana, South America.
Okay.
So
French or British Guyana?
British Guyana.
Okay.
My guy, love you for
Come
knowing
on, bro.
that.
You
Love
know.
that shit, Brody. So yeah, born, then we moved straight to Guyana.
Okay.
So for the first 5 years, I think it was 5 years, we're out there, schooling out there, then we come back to the UK. So that's me, my mum, my older sister. So we come back to the UK now. And because the education system over there it's excelled, innit? We come over here, we're like 2 years ahead in math, 1 year ahead in English compared to our classmates. But I'm walking in there with a mad accent, bro.
I believe it.
These men can't even understand me. To this day, I've got brethren that don't know what my dad says. Like, my dad talks, they look at me and I've got to translate the thing. Like, it's hilarious. But yeah, so when I first moved here, no one could understand me for shit. But obviously you acclimatize. Went to 3 different primary schools in my area. So like I got to know like a lot of the people in my area. So when I go back home, it's always love there. Like I always see someone I know if I'm driving around my ends. Go from there, fast forward, go secondary school in London, and then I moved to Kent in about year 9.
Kent.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
must have
yeah,
been a
yeah.
different big shift, bro. From inner
Bro,
London to Kent, I already
bro,
know, bro. That's a
bro,
big change.
bro. My first day, bro. I'll tell you what they did to me my first day. And it's only because we became cool afterwards that they told me. But obviously, teacher comes in, says, "Rah, listen, this kid's joining your class. He's from Brixton." Cool. I'm a black you. And these times, I had to cut my braids off to get there. So,
Oh,
yeah, bro. So,
I'll
I'm
get into that later. Keep going.
100, bro. So, I'm walking in there now. Come into class, chilling. Everyone's a bit standoffish, understandable. You don't know the guy. Cool. We go outside to kick ball for playtime. I think it was lunch or something. I put my blazer down, yeah. Bro, can you imagine? These man searched my blazer to see if I had a knife. Bro, and they told me but it wasn't a thing where it was malice. It was just, and it's, we'll get onto it with the culture here, but I think it was just where they hadn't seen it, bro. I was the only black kid in my year. There was probably like 4 black kids in my school at the time that I got there. Like it just wasn't something that they were clued into. Everything that they heard about London and black kids was knives. So like, I with me, I don't blame you for a perception that's miseducation, innit? Like, if you held that view after you met me, after you spoke to me, then it's a little bit weird, innit? But from the jump, our media pushes a certain agenda. People push a certain agenda, and if there's no one to confront that and say, listen, that's not actually how it is, I can't blame you, but I can't look upon it in the same way that I look upon someone who's just out and out prejudiced towards me, if that makes any sense. So yeah, went to secondary school in Kent, Maidstone. Shout out to Maidstone, massive. And then from there went to uni in Coventry. So where you told me you went to uni in Norwich, I went Cov, innit? Luckily, Cov was very London centric. Half of London went up to Cov with me.
Do you know how many man from London I know that went to Coventry, bro? Coventry is just London, bro. Yeah.
But it was in that, because it's a university town, you have to get yourself a second job. So where I'm working now, I'm in like Tower Hill. I'm in places where like Londoners ain't going, bro. Like I went far out to be able to get myself a second job and sustain myself through university. So the people I was meeting, like have you seen the brand Clint's?
Clint's, no.
You've never seen it?
No.
I'll show it to you. All them man wear it now. But I was working there with my boy. He must have come in, bro. His swag's always clean. This kid's like 16, 17. Bro, now, if you see the boy's clothing line, bro, Wiley's wearing his shit. All of them man are wearing his thing. But it was just where you would meet people from the area, and their understanding of things was completely different to mine, bro. Like, their exposure to the world was completely different. And I don't think people get, like, in certain towns in the UK, some people will never leave that town, bro.
100.
Ever.
100.
There's man in the UK with no passport, boy. Think of the strength of our passport and consider there are people
And
who
they'll never
don't
leave.
They
Not
will
even
never
knowing the
leave.
flipping power you have in your pocket, bro. This passport it's slightly a blessing, bro. As much as the UK actually pisses me off, bro, I still don't take it for granted, the gift I have with my mom risking a lot to come here. So, bro, sometimes people will see us man talking and they'll be like, oh, yeah, you should be proud to be British, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But nothing's black and white, bro. Everything's nuanced, bro. And I'm not going to say that there's nothing that's all the way good. There's nothing that's all the way bad. Even living here in Vietnam, there's things I love about Vietnam. There's things I don't like. I don't have to all the way like something. I don't have to all the way hate something. I can like certain things and not like certain things. And you know me, bro. I'm a martial artist. I do martial arts.
100.
It's like what Bruce Lee said. Take what's useful, leave what's not useful. So going back to the British thing, bro, there's a lot of things about the UK I just don't fuck with no more, bro. And that's why I'm here and I left. But at the same time, I am not ignorant to the power of my passport, bro. And that's why I can move and shake and move around, like you said. Bro, I want to touch on something you said because you hit a couple points, a couple gems, like with the school thing. and being judged. Bro, to be honest with you, that is even one of the main motivating factors of why I wanted to start this podcast, bro. Because I want to be able to control my own image. Imagine, here in Vietnam, bro, I am constantly judged, bro.
Of course.
People don't even know me, bro. They don't even know me. They take one look at me and their perception of me is what they've been taught to think about me. You've been told because I'm black, I must be this way, I must be that way. Yeah, some stereotypes are true. But you know what, bro? Any girl I date here, anyone I get to know Vietnamese, I always tell them, they always love to put you in the foreigner box. First you're in the foreigner box, then you're in the black box.
Yeah.
And I tell them, no, I'm Romell first. See me as Romell first. Don't see me as foreigner. See me as Romell first.
100.
Even in the UK, bro, it's the same thing. It's actually globally. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why it is. Maybe we can get into it. But I've noticed, bro, especially as black men, we don't control our own image, bro. Nope. And it's a serious problem. And I've seen this in my home country, England. I've been traveling the world for the last 5-6 years. Everywhere I go, I am at the mercy of other people's perception of me. And I've kind of had enough. So that was one of the motivating factors for why I started this. I'm like, no, I'm going to control my own image because there's nothing I want more than the freedom to just be myself, bro.
Without doubt. And I think that's, even speaking to you, bro, like, growing up, my biggest thing was we grew up in the age before computers, before webcams.
We were the last generation before social media.
Exactly. So now consider for us, like, especially in the way that we can sit here and eloquate ourselves, the way we can talk. For us, it was, you had to be able to have telephone, man. You get what I'm saying? So if I can talk to you like this, if I can put on that voice, you won't even realize until you've given me the job or had me in for interview that I'm black. Like, but it was that perception that people of our color and people of our creed don't have the capabilities or the skills or the knowledge to be able to talk the way that we do. I've heard people tell me like, oh, you don't sound black.
I'm like, what does black sound like? I thought it was a color. I didn't know it was a way to sound.
And that just speaks to the idea that you don't think or you don't perceive us. That narrative isn't that you and I can be intellectuals. The narrative is you do this or you do that. But these things I can't attribute to you. I can't attribute to you that you're going to be a great speaker. I can't attribute to you that you're going to have control over what you do or what you say. Like, from what I've seen of your culture, that isn't what I think of you. And I think that's the problem. And as you say, you're the man first, you're the individual first, and then you're the characteristics. Like, those shouldn't hold you back, but they do in terms of what stereotypes we face, innit? So, yeah, I feel you on that, bro. And I think starting this is a great way for you to control that image and just put something out there that isn't more of the same. Do you know what I mean?
Love, my bro. Love. So with that said, I wanted to ask you, what first triggered the thought to leave the UK? Take me through that journey of being in the UK, working, to actually being abroad, living abroad in Asia.
Okay, so I finished uni at 21 because I went straight through. 31 now, and then I worked 8 years for the government.
Okay.
So while I was working government, bro, saw some crazy shit. Had some crazy interactions. But I remember the day that I wanted to leave. So my boy has been here for 6 years. Met him in secondary school in Maidstone. Every year he tells us, boys, come out here. It's sick out here, bro. Like,
Maidstone. Okay.
Yeah. He's like, come out here. It's sick out here. Like, anything you need, anything you want to do, you can come out here and do. Like, this is the place to be. Every year, bro, peppering us with messages. Like, to the point some of the man them were just like, nah, man, I don't even want to hear it, bro. Like, don't tell me that. But he had sent that message to me and I was considering it, and I got on a platform for my train, bro. And my train was 5 minutes delayed. Bro, the pandemonium that was going on this platform, like, I'm seeing people running up to ushers like, why is the train late? Do you know what this is gonna do to me? Rare. And bro, that was the moment I disconnected from the whole thing. I said, there's real life problems out here, bro. In the first week I came here, there was floods. People lost their lives, lost their homes, like, and I'm back in the UK on a platform where a man will protest, they will picket, they will march because their trains are 5
minutes late.
late. That for me, that just I couldn't live in a system where that was what was most like those things aren't they're not the points in it. Those aren't the things that are gonna change your life. They're not gonna they will make a difference, but in a year from now, you can't tell me on the 24th of May last year what time your train was meant to get in or how many minutes in it was. So when I started seeing life like that, and I think that's the key difference in people that decide to leave, and I'll ask you what yours was. But for me, it was just seeing that the lifestyle, working the way I was working, work-life balance, all of these things just didn't equate to what I wanted them to add up to. And I felt like it was on me, it was incumbent of me to then change that. So I changed it. But for you, you left a lot earlier than I did. So at quite a young age, how did you find that courage to say, this is the step I'm going to take?
That's a good question, bro. I think for me, so I can articulate it now. Nothing's really changed. I think I want the same things now as I wanted then. It's just now that I'm older and wiser, I can articulate it better. But since I was young, bro, I don't know how to describe this. From a youth, bro. When I'm talking like primary school days. Not to sound arrogant, but I've always been different, bro. I've always been that kid that stood out. Whether that was you looked at that positively or negatively, I've just always been that weird kid in so many different realms. I remember, so me and my mum, we grew up Catholic. Bro, I used to annoy the hell out of my priest, you know. I'll be asking bare questions. Bro, I was a different kind of kid. I'd read the Bible and I'm like, yo, you say this in mass, but I don't see that in the Bible, though. What's this all about? And why do we pray to Mary? And isn't that just a wooden statue? That ain't good. And no disrespect to the Catholics out there. I grew up Catholic, but I was that kid, bro.
Inquisitive.
And then, inquisitive, bro. And the priest is looking at me like, and I'm like, Mom, we can't be Catholic no more because it's fugazi. The priest don't even answer my questions. And Mom actually listened to me, bro. We stopped going Catholic church. And then we were just Christian. But yeah, bro, even from like, I remember like grade 4, primary school, being in year 4, I'd have to go to like year 6 for reading and English classes. I always used to read so much. I was just above my age level in reading. I've always was that kind of kid. Inquisitive mind. But I almost kind of tortured myself a little bit with that inquisitive mind. I would just go down rabbit holes, bro. Go down rabbit holes, torture my mind. And it got to the point where I kind of became a little bit arrogant, bro. I'll be so honest with you. I was an arrogant motherfucker during secondary school. Like, bro, I'll be playing football or I'll be doing something good. Anything I know I'm good at, I'll just like throw it in people's faces. I'm like, yeah, next victim, who's next? Bro, I was arrogant, bro. You like, yeah, bro. I was
next to lose,
I was arrogant, bro. Arrogant. But then somehow, somewhere along my journey, bro, I lost my spark, bro. I lost my spark. I literally went from putting myself, my ego on the highest pedestal to completely crashing. Confidence gone, bro. Gone. And there was a few things that sparked that. So for so many years, I felt lost, bro.
Just to stop you, around what age would you say this was? Just trying to get the timeline of it.
I'd say towards... There was different spurts. Mostly from post-university days.
Okay.
Post-university. So I think around age 20. Around age 20, bro, I lost myself. At that time, I was boxing. I discovered boxing, bro. My whole dream was to go pro. And over the years, bro, I had to admit some hard truths to myself, bro. So I stopped boxing because I got injured. I broke my left shoulder. Yeah, bro, I tore the ligament. The bone still kind of pokes out. And I have damaged blood vessels in my nose. So it doesn't take much for me to bleed.
Yeah,
you could just tap me and I'll be bleeding. So in a fight, like the ref is scoring against me because I'm just flooding blood. And it looks like the other man's peppering me, but it's not. Yeah. It's just my condition. Yeah. You get me? So, bro, with my shoulder and my nose, I kind of stopped boxing because it was just difficult with the injuries. And my shoulder wasn't the same. But if I'm being completely honest, bro, for the last decade, bro, when people ask me about boxing, I'd say, yeah, I didn't pursue it because of my injuries. Now, bro, I'll be honest, I've made peace with it. I looked in the mirror and it was hard to admit this to myself. And I was just like, yeah, Romell, you're chatting shit, bro. You just didn't want it enough. You didn't want it enough. Because, bro, for me, a lot of people will say, I tried. maybe, I don't know, maybe I have extreme views on the world, bro. But for me right now, there is no try. It's either you did or you did not. And for me, bro, when it comes to boxing, I just did not. And it took me a decade to admit that to myself. I used to say, I tried, and it didn't work because of my injuries. I'm just like, no, I didn't want it enough, bro. And this comes back to reclaiming the confidence. So, like I said, I was super arrogant in school. Then I lost it, no confidence. And then now, at my age now, being 32, I feel like the equilibrium has finally balanced out. So I'm an extremely confident dude. But it's confidence that's earned. I feel like I've earned my right to be confident. And I'm always earning the right to be confident. And this is day by day because I don't rest on my laurels, bro. Every day I'm trying to do something new. Every day I'm trying to be better than myself before. So I feel like I always earn the right to be confident every day and I never rest on it. So yeah, bro. Yeah, so with the backstory, yeah, I felt that way. And fast forward, like you, I worked for the government, bro. 2017 to 2019. Those 2 years I worked for the government. I won't say which part of the government, even though I'm not in England. Gotta protect yourself, you know.
Yeah, nah,
You just
100,
never
man.
know,
I ain't
bro.
trying to get that embassy phone call,
Word,
boy.
exactly.
I'm trying to be all cool and that, cause
100. So yeah, with that backstory, bro, being different. Once I started working an office job, bro, I just didn't feel free, bro. I felt like a caged bird, but I couldn't articulate it then. Something just felt off. Yeah, I'm making good money by UK standards. I'm making decent money, you know. It's okay. But I was bored, bro. My soul, I didn't feel alive. I didn't feel fulfilled. Something was missing and I didn't know what it was. I had an auntie from Nigeria. And since I was a kid, she always used to say to me, "You're a pioneer, you're a pioneer." I didn't know what the hell she meant when I was a kid. I'm just this little like 10-year-old looking at her like, "Oh, auntie, what does that mean? Like, speak English. Like, we're not in Nigeria." I was cheeky, you know. She's like, "You're a pioneer." But now I understood what she meant. She said, I'm the kind of person where I have ideas and I go for it. I don't rest, I don't wait. I would put myself first, step into the fire, risk losing everything, come back and share that knowledge with my boys. So I was on my lunch break one day. I was watching travel videos. I saw a video of a Ghanaian kid, bro. His name's Wadamaya. Do you know that guy from YouTube? Massive YouTuber in Africa now, Wadamaya. Probably the biggest African YouTuber. Check him out. I'll send you his link later. So he just started off as like a broke student in China on a scholarship. Saw a video of this African kid from Ghana speaking fluent Chinese, and it blew my mind. I was just like, what? I've never seen anything like it. So I said, I wonder if I could do that. Bro, I went online and I translated how to say you're pretty in Chinese. Oh, ni hao piao liang. So I was outside on my lunch break, bro. I see some Chinese girl walk past me, and I was like, "Hey, ni hao piao liang." And then she started blushing, and she was like, "Oh, shit, thank you." And bro, since then I was hooked, bro. I was like, "Oh my god, it works." Bro, I went back to my desk. I didn't even finish my work. I'm translating other Chinese words to say. I'm just flirting with Chinese girls on the London Underground, bro. So then the next day, bro, I'm watching more of this guy's videos, and he mentioned teaching English in China. And it's like the light bulbs just went off in my mind. Ding, ding, ding. I was like, teaching English in China. And I've always been like this, bro. I just make quick decisions. That day I decided, boom, I'm going to do that. I came home, said to my parents, "Hey guys, I'm moving to China." Just like that. And they thought I was crazy. They're like, "What are you talking about? Like, the weed you smoke is too strong or something." Like, they're like, "What are you talking about moving to China?" Bro, within a couple months later, I was on a plane to Beijing, bro. Bro, you can ask my mum, man. I went all in, bro. I had little post-it notes all over the house learning Chinese. I had the word for TV on TV, the word for laptop, DN now. I would just have post-it notes everywhere, bro. Every weekend, I'd go to a different Chinese restaurant, learn, practice speaking Chinese with people, mess it up, come back, study more, go. And then, yeah, it got to the point where then I moved to China. My Chinese became really good, bro. I could probably live in China without speaking English. I'm not completely fluent, but I could live there without speaking English.
that is
So
mental,
yeah,
bro.
that was the start, bro. It was just frustration of living in the UK, bro. Cost of living's a bitch over there, and the quality of what you get for the cost, bro. Like, you can't even get a one bedroom in London for less than what, £800. and it's a piece of shit box, bro. It's a piece of shit box. Quality of life is terrible, and I just crave freedom, bro. I craved adventure. So that was the start for me.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. But give us a bit more of that trajectory, because bro, going from you said like 3, 4 different Southeast Asian countries, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what? Like for me, I've only ever come to Vietnam. So
Just
I came here
Vietnam.
10 months ago. Yeah. And
Okay.
I've never left Ho Chi Minh City. Like
Okay.
never
You
left
have
Ho
to,
Chi
bro.
Minh, bro. Therefore
You
going
have
to.
to.
Therefore going to. But like, just give me an understanding of what it was like transferring from culture to culture to culture to culture and then landing in this one.
Oh, okay. So, bro, first time I went China, 2019, bro, that was one of the most amazing moments of my life. Culture shock would be an understatement, my bro. Understatement. My mind was blown. It was like stepping into another universe, bro. It
Yeah.
didn't even seem real. I literally felt like I was in a simulation or a game. It literally did not even feel real when I first moved to China. And I wasn't in any of the big cities. I wasn't in Beijing. I wasn't in Shanghai. I flew into Beijing, but then I got a domestic flight to my city. It's a city called Jinan.
Oh,
So you know how in America you have different
yeah, of
states?
course.
They have something similar in China, but instead of states, they have different provinces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I
Yeah,
was in
I
a
saw that.
state or a province called Shandong. It's a very large province in northern China, and I was in the capital city of that province, so Jinan, 2 hours away from Beijing. Bro, that's why my Chinese got so good, bro. No one spoke English. It forced me to try and learn to speak Chinese.
Fight or fly, bro. Like
Fight or fly, bro.
it is what it is. If you want to
Well,
survive out here, if you want to make a living for yourself, you gotta learn it, bro.
word, you gotta learn. Dating Chinese girls helps too, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. But I'll get into that later. But yeah, back to what you said. I'll make it quick. So yeah, China, bro. Oh my God, what an education in life, bro. I thought I was gonna be in China for many, many years, but COVID happened. I moved there August 2019. And then yeah, bro, COVID happened. So my China trip got cut short. I came back to the UK for maybe 8 to 10 months. Then they finally gave us the go ahead to go back to China. But I had to go to Korea first, quarantine for 2 weeks. I quarantined for 2 weeks. All the other English teachers, once they were off quarantine, they flew straight back to China. I, being me, had to be extra and different. I just thought, hey, I'm in Korea. I'm not going back to China yet. I was like, let me wait like 2 weeks, do some exploring, be a tourist. So I stayed in Korea for 2 weeks. I kid you not, bro. The night before my flight to go back to China, bro, I'm packing up. I get a message on WeChat. They cancelled all British people's visas. All the other English teachers, they already got back to China, but because I waited those 2 weeks to explore, the UK just went on lockdown. So they said, anyone from the UK, you can't come to China. So I was stuck in Korea. My time in Korea was a complete accident. So I ended up living in Korea for about 7 months. So luckily, my school I was working for in China, they let me work and teach online.
Okay.
Bro, I thought China was my best experience. Then Korea became my best experience. Bro, life in South Korea. Fire,
You're
bro.
selling it to the boy, bro.
Bro, Korea's
Selling it to the kid.
amazing,
Swear
bro.
down.
The food is fire, bro. It's probably the best Asian food I've ever had. Korean food is my hands down my favorite food. The vibes. It was still COVID time, so hardly anything was open. But I had so much fun, bro. So much fun. Bro, the vibes was good. The food was good. The girls are amazing. And I'm not just saying they're beautiful. Korean women are beautiful, but I like the vibe of Korean women.
Okay.
They're just very fun. Fun
Yeah.
to be around. Real cool. The city is beautiful. The infrastructure is amazing. Everything just works, bro. Everything just works to a T. Like, Korea is just amazing. Now, I will say, working in Korea is horrible. I'm very blessed, bro. I never worked in Korea. I was working online. But anyone I know who taught English in Korea hated it. The Korean, yeah, teaching English in Korea is terrible. Working for Korean companies is terrible, bro. And I get that information from both Koreans and expats. So I was very blessed. My experience is very different because I didn't work there. I just lived there. Same again, bro. Oh, I had mad adventures. Started modeling there. Yeah, I was fighting there, doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Bro, my life in Korea was crazy. But again, COVID, bro. Visa issues cut short. Back to the UK again. Stayed in the UK for 3 years. And I just kept thinking, shit, man, why do I keep ending up back in England, bro? I stayed for 3 years. I tried to figure out what I'm going to do next. I got into IT. I'll save that story for another time, how I got into IT. Again, it was just like working for the government all those years before. I'm doing another office job. I'm making good money as an IT engineer, but my soul just felt dead. And every day, bro, I'm just remembering all the adventures I had in China, in Korea.
What?
Every day, my soul is yearning to go back.
Therefore.
I was in a relationship with a girl for 3 years. We finally broke up, and then that broke up just sparked my curiosity to go back. I just said, fuck it, quit my job. And bro, when I make a decision, I move quick. I quit my job, went to Thailand for a year, trained Muay Thai, went to a Muay Thai camp, trained Jiu-Jitsu out there. And while I was out there, I found another teaching job in China again. So yeah, came back to England, sorted out my visa shit, said goodbye to my family and friends, like, yo, I'm out again, peace. But this time it's permanent. I'm not coming back. Besides visiting. So I left, went to China. The second time in China wasn't the same.
Okay.
It wasn't as good as the first time.
Post-pandemic.
Post-pandemic. So China goes through a change, I'd say roughly every 4 years, which is very pro-foreigner, very anti-foreigner. And they're kind of in the anti-foreigner phase right now. During the pandemic, they were kind of pro-foreigner because a lot of the Westerners left. So they had a shortage of English teachers. So all of a sudden now, they're giving all the nice teaching jobs to Africans, South Africans, anybody really, because they're kind of desperate. And bro, racial profiling is a thing when it comes to hiring practices in China. In Asia, I mean, even in Vietnam, bro, we'll talk about it. But in China, bro, China's wild. I would literally see job adverts and it will say nobody from African descent. Literally on the job profile, the job description, if you're of African descent, do not apply. White face only. And then on the flip side, bro, I will see a job advert for a basketball coach and they will say black only. China is wild, bro.
I'm Nigerian. You see me? I'd have whipped up one dirty CV. I'd have been coaching the Lakers in 2011,
Word, bro.
I'd have been head coach at some next team, bro. You don't even.
And you could have made some bread, bro. Seriously.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, I had two boys out there, bro, basketball coaches from the US. They were making bank, bro. They were doing well. But real quick, so the second time, yeah, I was going through the anti-foreigner phase. It just felt weird, bro. It wasn't the same. I didn't have a good experience there. I got scammed at the school I was working for. So the laws changed, at least in where I was. I moved down to South China now, Chengdu. And the government passed a new law where the schools need a special license to teach English. Yeah, to hire foreigners. This school I worked for, they didn't have that license. They hired me under the radar. And they had government inspectors kept coming to the school. And every time the government inspectors came to the school, they would hide me in the office, bro, lock the door and be like, don't come out. I think, what the fuck? Why am I being hidden in the office? Other times I would have gone out for lunchtime. They'll message me saying, oh, Romell, class is cancelled. Don't come back. I found out it's the government inspectors again. Once it happened the fourth time, bro, I got suspicious. And I asked them, okay, what's really going on? Fifth time it happened, I told them I refuse to do any more lessons until you tell me what's happening. They gave me some fugazi story. I spoke to my jiu-jitsu coach at the time. Shout out to Jerry if you ever see this, bro. You helped save me, bro. Love. Bro, I got fucked over in China big time. So Jerry, my jiu-jitsu coach Jerry, he put me on with a lawyer. The lawyer did some background research. I paid this lawyer to research. Found out the school didn't have that license. So, and then he told me, yeah, you're screwed, bro. If you get caught, you could go jail or your visa's fucked, get deported, all of that. The school would just get a slap on the wrist. So I thought, shit, I'm in some deep shit right now. I'm not getting deported for these guys. So I confronted the school, asked them about it. The Chinese guy, the head of the company, he blew up. But not in front of my face. I'm talking, so there was an Irish guy who was the recruiter. So the Chinese guy was the owner of the company. There was an Irish recruiter. I'm talking to the Irish recruiter. We went for drinks. He's got the Chinese guy on the phone. He doesn't know he's on loudspeaker. And I'm there listening. So the Irish recruiter said, hey, yo, Romell hired a lawyer. He find out what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Chinese guys, what the fuck? How dare he? He's fucking up the whole operation. He's fucking everything up. Fuck Romell, fuck Romell. He's just cussing me out, bro, going crazy. The whole time I'm just looking at the phone like, yeah, okay, fuck me, yeah.
Because you ain't got the license, fuck
me. These times you're moving dodgy. So I'm like, all right, I see what's going on, bro. As soon as I heard that, I knew I was in deep shit. I started applying for other jobs. I landed another job. It gets worse, bro. I got in more deep shit. Turns out there was a clause in my contract that I didn't see that I would be fined, bro, 20,000 RMB, almost $2,000 if I tried to work with another establishment. And I didn't even realize, bro. So now I know, bro. Read everything in a contract, bro. I got the other job. I signed. The other Chinese job also had the same clause. If I work with someone else, that's another 2,000 fine. I'm 4,000 in the hole right now, bro. I owe this school for a fine. This school wants to get me for a fine. The one I worked for and the new one. I was fucked, bro. Fucked, bro. Bro, luckily, my boy was in Ho Chi Minh. He worked for the company we work for now. I was like, bro, can you like get me an interview with your company? He hooked me up with an interview. I did a quick interview with HR. I wasn't supposed to come to Vietnam until end of August, September.
Okay.
It was end of June, July. I'm in some deep shit. So the HR lady's like, yeah, just chill. You can book your flight September. I was like, no, I'm going to come next week. She was like, next week? School doesn't start for another 2 months. I was like, I'm coming next week. She's like,
see me.
But visa stuff is like, it's okay. I'm British. So as you know, we don't need a visa to come Vietnam. We can just turn up.
The beauty of it.
Bro, I took that to my advantage. I booked a one-way ticket. Didn't tell no one in China I was leaving. I left.
Me.
Bro, I left the key for the apartment underneath the doormat. Gone. I was paranoid. I'm leaving. I'm looking around, making sure no one from the school sees me. I got all my suitcases, bro. Literally, hoodie on. I'm looking because the apartment I stayed in, the school owned it. So I know the neighbors will be saying something. So I'm like, looking around with my suitcases. Luckily, the girl I was dating at the time, God bless her, bro. She was cool. She came pick me up from the station, dropped me to the airport. Yo, she held me down, bro. And then, yeah, bro, came Vietnam, and I've been here since, bro. This was last August. It's been a mad journey, bro.
That is a crazy journey, but it's not too dissimilar to stories that you hear here. Like, and I think that's key what you spoke about your contract. Like, where I worked in law before, the first thing I did when I got to the company we work for now was read the contract. And I said I highlighted the sections. I said, what does this mean? What does this? We was in there. Like, my contract signing took about 40 minutes, bro. I know I pissed them off. But it was, I need to know this, because if you try and pull me on it later, I'm going to tell you didn't tell me, and we're going to have an argument. And it's an argument I'll lose, I know, because I've got my signature there. I've initialed there. So I said I read it. So let me just read it. Let me just make sure I know this stuff, so I'm not in any pitfalls or any issues throughout the year, innit? So yeah, that contract reading thing, like, for anyone who's gonna move abroad, that is key. Understand your contract, understand the terms in which you're being paid, understand why you're being paid, what you're being paid for, what you're being paid to do, and what you need to hit. Like, what are your deliverables? What are your reports? Like, those are key information to have before you walk into it. Because if you don't, as you say, bro, you can get jammed up and find yourself in a very, very tough situation in a country that's not where you're from.
100, bro. I'm 100, bro. It's so important. And like you said, anyone out there who's ever interested in moving abroad, because I get people hitting me up in the DMs on Insta all the time. They see me out and about. And, you know, they see the good side of the lifestyle, you know, the parties, the fun, the girls, the adventure, the excitement. So that, yeah, I want to do that. And yeah, man, you can. So anyone who hit me up, I'm even thinking in the future to put together like some sort of program to help people who want to live this life, leave their home country, come over here, how to get set up. I've got some ideas. I'm putting something together. But you have to do your due diligence, just as Derick said. Do your due diligence, because it's the same in China, same in Vietnam, everywhere. They can be so sneaky with the contract, bro, and they will put something in there that you didn't even know. And bro, I found out also the English version of the contract and the Chinese version of the contract isn't always quite the same. There might be something in the Chinese version that's not in the British version. So when they come and tell you, yo, you're required X, Y, and Z, and you're like, no, that's not in my contract. It's in the Chinese contract, and they will always put priority to the Chinese contract over the British contract. And if you ever try and get legal with them, bro, they're always gonna prioritize the Chinese contract over you.
Yes. See, that's the thing. I don't have any experience going to like employment tribunals or trying to get things dealt with in it, because, as you say, it's another charge that you incur. You now have to find yourself a lawyer. Now the lawyer has to read your contract, tell you what the representations are, and then before you've even gone back to say, yeah, I've got a case, you've had to pay the lawyer for that, and if you then want them to represent you, that's another fee. So something that I think we was going to talk about later is just the cost of it. I think the cost of moving can be quite high, like simply because you consider health insurance. Like loads of my friends have had crashes on bikes, and when you're ill, company don't pay you. They'll tell you if you get a doctor's note, will certify you, and you can change that for annual leave, but there's no sick pay. Like,
Word.
you ain't getting paid to be at home. So if you're incapacitated, you're not making money. So like, understand that your tools of your trade, your voice, like I think some people don't understand. If you lose your voice for a week, bro, you ain't teaching.
100.
That's your livelihood. Your career for that is gone, bro. So you gotta find money somewhere else because it will not be coming into your
cash
account.
flow on pause.
The two fingers, bro, you get the pause. So it's one of them where it's like just understanding how much it can cost you and planning to make sure that you're going to be okay is something that you have to be on top of, I think, constantly when you move abroad.
100, bro, 100. I spoke to some of my young boys. I said, if you're going to come out here, try and stack at least $2,000. At least $2,000, man. As a just in case. And, bro, in Vietnam, $2,000, bro, you're balling, bro. $2,000 can go a long way here, bro. A long way here. Bro. But in general, you just want to have some backup money. Bro, from China to Korea to Thailand to here, I've seen so much happen to other expats and experienced so much myself. Anything can happen. And when you leave home, we don't have the safety nets like we have back home. Brother, you know what I'm saying? Brother. Like what you said, you ain't getting safety pay. I mean, sick pay. Like when you're sick, you're sick. Company here, our company we work for now, you miss a day, you even miss an hour. Best believe they'll find a way to dox that pay, bro. Any way to suck money back from you, they'll do it, bro. You don't have those privileges and safety nets out here. And that's just the cost. Bro, freedom comes at a cost, bro. You want the adventure, you want the lifestyle. Like I said, there's no utopia, bro. Yeah, there are benefits of coming here better than being back at home. But nothing's black and white. There's no utopia. Everything has a cost. Like you said, everything has a cost. And we was just talking about monetary costs, bro. Like, what other costs have you found moving to Asia that might not be monetarily? Might the cost of mental health, cost of emotions, cost of how you feel, cost of loneliness. Like, what other costs are there you've experienced?
So I think for me personally, like, I've experienced it and spoken to a lot of people about it. The loneliness factor can, and I'll put a caveat in there, it can be really high. So consider one of the reasons that I moved out here is because I wanted a better work-life balance. I wanted to have work-life balance. So as you've mentioned loads of times, when you went to China, you were doing jiu-jitsu, you were doing this, you were doing that. You're able to build more of a life around your working life than you can in the UK.
100.
But the problem is, you come out here with that idea, but sometimes you don't execute it. So you may find that once your workday finishes, you're sitting there with 8 hours to kill. And whatever you're going to do, yeah, you can chill with someone. You might not want to chill with someone. Whatever you're going to do is going to cost you. So wherein all of those things then have a knock-on cost, sometimes you'll say to yourself, cool, I'm just going to go home. Bro, there was days this year, bro. Shout out Z. There was days this year I didn't leave my house, bro. And if it wasn't for you or some of the guys that I know that we've clicked up with literally coming to my door and knocking on it, bro, I would have seen no one, spoken to no one for a solid like 8-9 hours. And for people don't understand how isolating that can be. And yeah, I could have just got on the phone and said, yo, let me come chill with you. But because everyone is doing their own thing and pursuing their own goals, you sometimes find that a lot of people find themselves in situations where they're just sat at home, bored as anything, lonely as anything. So I think that loneliness cost can be quite high if you don't feel your time appropriately in it. Like, there's always people around for you to chill with. Like, there's loads of expats. There's loads of nice Vietnamese people that you will meet. But when it comes down to it, like back home, if I don't leave my house, someone's going to know. If something happens to me in my house and I don't leave the house for 3 days, someone's going to know. But if, like, in this period of summer where we're not working, if I was dead in my room, bro, they're not gonna find out until the cleaner comes, bro.
Word, bro.
Do you get it?
Word, bro.
So it is. I think there's a toll that it takes if you're not careful and if you don't manage your time well and if you don't keep your mind occupied. I feel like, and then emotionally, I think there's also another big cost because, as we say, we're walking into a culture that doesn't necessarily understand us as black men. So sometimes I find it a taxation to have to walk into conversations, explain who I am, and then you get to know me. But most people don't have to do that. We can just sit there and get to know each other from the jump. But we have to go in there, navigate that minefield for you to then say, actually, do you know what? I like that guy.
100.
He might be cool. I can chill. I don't want to do that all the time. So wherein I feel like I shouldn't have to justify myself. I shouldn't have to sell myself to you before we can have that conversation and that exchange. I think that's another really big cost that I found out here. And it's led me to not really want to develop relationships with certain people and in certain spaces. And I'll accept if that leaves me lonely for like 2-3 days. I don't mind that. I prefer that than having to be stuck in a situation where I'm constantly proving myself or constantly trying to show I'm not something, if that makes any sense.
You know what you just said there, bro? I'm going to touch on that as big because I agree 1,000%. But I just want you to go deeper on that part when you said feeling like you have to prove yourself or almost like there's a certain tax on you where you are put in a position where you have to make other people feel comfortable first. Have you experienced that in terms of just having Vietnamese friends, or was it dating Vietnamese women, or was it the workplace, or was it even all three? Go a bit deeper on how you experienced that, how it manifested.
So for me, my entry to the game was I got soft launched into Vietnam. Like shout out Ashley and Ryan. Like I stayed at their house for 2 months.
Okay.
So, and their friendship group, their network is amazing. Like great people, and they're not the norm, but obviously it's different because I'm getting launched, padded into these relationships. You know my boy. You know how close I am to this guy.
So social circle game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So within that social circle, it's all gravy. You got the cosign in it. Because I had the cosign, at first, the relationships, everything seemed so rosy, bro. I brought my mum over here in December. She met all these people, like loves them, loved my mum. Like we had Christmas Olympic Games and all that type shit, bro. It was sick. But then after that, I then got into the working world in Vietnam. So I didn't start working till February. Got here in September, didn't start working till February. And where I then got my own apartment in Tan Binh, got my own apartment here. And that was far away because most of my friends live in Thai Dien.
Okay.
So I'm out here on my ones. Bro, when I say to you, like, just in coffee shops, in normal walks of life, bro. Like, I don't know whether it's standoffish because of inexperience or they haven't encountered someone like me before. I'd like to say it's that.
I hope it is just that.
I'm an optimist, did it? I would like to say it's that. But realistically, bro, it was trying to navigate past it's abrasion. I feel like you can feel it when I look at you and you look at me. It's palpable. Like, we both know what's going on here, innit? Like, there is something that stops people initially either coming over to us, talking to us, or accepting us for what we say and the way we say it. Like, I've walked into establishments, and because of the way that they've either treated me or the way that they've waited on me, I've said, cool, I'm not giving you my money. You think I'm going to spend my bread here when the way that you're talking to me is crazy? That ain't going to happen. So for me, just on that taxation issue, I just feel like for us, and even at work, bro.
Speak on it, bro. Speak on it.
Like, and it's not even necessarily the expats, but the expectations that some of our colleagues have of us when they first meet us.
Is that the foreign colleagues or Vietnamese colleagues?
Some of my Vietnamese colleagues, I know my foreign colleagues definitely, bro. They didn't anticipate I was gonna be the teacher that I am.
Okay.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. I know some of them walked into my classrooms and was like, because for me, like, one thing I wanted to do, because I hadn't taught before, was to get teaching down as a skill. I wanted to excel at it. Like, for me, as you say, your Nigerian auntie is something that Nigerians do. Like, they believe in speaking greatness into children. And if I speak it into you,
yes,
you'll manifest it. Because I've been telling you this thing, like, wherever you think it, somewhere in your psyche, you have been telling yourself, I am a pioneer. This is what I will do. And your steps have led you to that. So wherein coming here to teach, I just said, I want to be as good at it as I can be, bro. Like, any piece of advice they gave me, any feedback they gave me, bro, took it on, bro. Everything that you've ever seen on my observation sheets, anything they told me to do, bro, taking every one of them things on. Because for me, I want to give the best product. I want to be that good. And I don't think that other people, when they see us in this environment, anticipate that kind of drive, that kind of commitment,
100,
that kind of professionalism
100.
from us, innit? And don't get me wrong, I think it developed over time. I think they understood it after I'd worked there 4 months. But initially, like, initially it was very much a game of figuring out who I was. And that element, I guess everyone's going to say people have to figure each other out, but I just feel like the hurdle and the bar is set higher for us than it is for other people. Like, the threshold to be like, yeah, he's okay, I can trust him, he's safe, or whatever it is that little bit higher in it. And I just don't think that that's fair. But at the end of the day, bro, like, that as a problem compared to the problems that some people have in Vietnam, like when I ride around and see the way that people live, I can't say that's the worst thing in the world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't like it, but it's a necessary evil to be able to be here and be here in a comfortable manner. So yeah, that's how I felt about it. But on the flip side of it, how did you feel that taxation?
Bro, you unpacked a lot of gems there, bro. So going back to the first part where you talked about the loneliness thing. Yeah, it's real, bro. And I agree with you. I'm not going to say it is lonely, but it can be. It can. You got to put the caveat there because there's nuances to this. And I've always said that freedom comes at a price, bro. Freedom absolutely comes at a price. And one thing I realized, I felt this in China, in Korea, and even now in Vietnam. Not so much in Thailand because I wasn't there long enough. But the places I was living long term, I felt that price of freedom is feeling like you don't belong. That's the price of freedom, bro. It's not belonging. Because, bro, there's protection in the herd.
Drop that one again,
bro.
That is mad.
The price of freedom is not belonging, bro. Because there's protection in the herd, bro. There's protection in the herd. But that also comes with a cost as well. That protection in the herd, you have to conform. You have to be like everyone else. You have to think like everyone else. And like, there's a saying here in Asia, I think it's Japanese, the nail that sticks out gets hammered. And look at this society we're in, bro. We're in a collectivist society, bro. Communist and collectivist. Everyone is taught to be the same. There's a lot of sameness here.
Very much so.
So coming here, being different, bro, I feel it, bro. On so many angles. One, the way I look, the way I think, the way I speak. And it's just so obvious that you are that other. You're just the other. You know what I mean? And that does translate to loneliness here. So yeah, I feel free here, bro. I feel like in Vietnam, I can do what I want. I can go where I want. Bro, money stretches so much further. I remember being in the UK. I made like probably 4 times more salary in the UK than I do now. I was making way more money in the UK. But yeah, why is it that I have more money in my pocket here? I make significantly less money in Vietnam, but I always have more money in my pocket. You see what I'm saying? So it's just weird, but so I have freedom in that sense, in a financial sense also. But yeah, it comes at a cost, bro. Cost of feeling like you don't belong. And like you said, there's times where I can just be in my room, bro. And I had a sad thought around Tet time. So for you guys who don't know, Tet is sorry Vietnamese people, don't get offended when I say this. It's similar to Chinese New Year, because some people will get mad when you compare.
Comment section is gonna be brazy,
similar, not the same. Similar. It's similar. It's the Vietnamese version of Chinese New Year where like everyone just goes home for the holidays. So as you know, bro, Ho Chi Minh City is empty, bro. Empty. Everyone goes back to their hometown. So yeah, man, I was just chilling. City was empty, had nothing to do. And bro, I had a thought. I was just like, damn, if anything happened to me in Vietnam, nobody would give a flying fuck, bro. If anything bad was to happen to me, nobody would actually care. And I felt kind of low, bro. Like when I had that thought, I actually felt kind of low. No one would care. And that's when I started missing home. And I constantly go through this pendulum of emotions, bro, between I'm so happy I don't live in the UK anymore, but then I'm also quite sad because I miss, like we said off camera before, I said I miss the vibes, I miss my friends, I miss the relatability, bro. I miss having people who just understand you, who can relate to you. So I feel like I'm just constantly misunderstood here, and I'm constantly judged, and I'm constantly taxed with a perception that I that has nothing to do with me. Like I'm not being judged on who I am. I'm being judged on what you're told to think about me. You understand? So, so that's the loneliness aspect as well. How does that translate to other areas? So, like you said, bro, the workplace. Yeah, bro, there are way more expectations on us, and I don't care what anyone says. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I'm not saying good, bad. I'm not putting a judgment on it, but bro, I don't operate on with the way the world should be. I operate on the way the world is.
Word.
And I look at the way the world is, and the way the world is bro, come into this specific company, and it's not just our company.
Nah.
This is practices I can tell you it's all over Asia, bro.
Yeah,
It's all over
definitely.
Asia. They're not hiring you for your skills or your CV. Yeah, partly. They're hiring because of this, bro. It is what it is, bro. Especially when it comes to the teaching industry. A lot of times, bro, it's sad to hear. So I'm sorry, you teachers out there who come with all your PhDs, your degrees, and your masters. And I met a lot of expat teachers who they're super arrogant. A lot of their ego is based around their identity of being an excellent teacher. And there's nothing wrong with that. Kudos to you. But the truth is, bro, the bottom line is this, bro. Everything else comes afterwards. And I know that because I've been teaching before I came to Vietnam. I've had 5 years experience. 5 years experience as a teacher, bro. Why is it that I can have 5 years experience as a teacher in 3 different countries, bro? I can come here, but the lighter skinned dude who's a new teacher will get paid more than me, bro. With my 5 years experience, this is his first time here. He's getting paid more. And again, it is what it is, bro. I'm not sitting here to complain. I'm just pointing out. I'm the messenger. It is what it is. But I'm still going to speak on it, bro. And that's why I made this channel, bro. So I can
100.
speak on my experiences
100, man.
and show what I'm going through. And it's not just once or twice. It happens everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
Even in
definitely.
China, brother. I used to teach at a primary school in China. They hired one Russian kid, bro. Guy can't even speak English, bro. Walk past one of his lessons. He's teaching these little kids how to say fruit. The guy doesn't even say apple. He says Ebvil. And I'm seeing all the Chinese kids like, this is an Ebvil. And I look at the picture on the board. I'm like, apple, Ebvil. I'm like,
Oh, brother.
and how much is this guy getting paid?
Devilish amounts. Devilish
Bro,
amounts,
this is what
Brody.
I'm talking
Devilish
about, bro.
amounts.
This is
Devilish
exactly what I'm
amounts.
talking about with the hiring practices. And just like you said, I wasn't expected to be the teacher that I am. Next thing you know, I've got people coming to me saying, damn, Romell, you're such a good teacher. You're excellent. Which is nice. Yeah, thank you for the praise. But I can feel that undertone of surprise.
That's
It's
where it is.
surprise. Like,
That's
I
where it is.
didn't expect you to be like that. And I'm like, why, bro? What do you think? Because I come in here, I might look a certain way, I speak a certain way. And I don't know if you've ever done this, bro. And I'm guilty of this. I admitted this. I'm guilty, bro. I code switch like crazy, bro. I
Yeah,
code switch
same.
like crazy. Like here, I'm speaking in my natural tone with you. But in the classroom or at work, bro, I up the English for them.
tonation's
The
different.
tonations there.
Everything's
I
different.
up the English they
course.
expect. Yeah.
Of
Hello,
course.
good morning. Yes, how are you? Yes, fine, thank you. Yes, my name is Romell. I'm from London. Yeah, bro. I'm guilty of it. I admit it, bro. I admit it.
It's not something to be ashamed of. I think most of us do it. And I think it's a prerequisite. It's a requisite of the industry that we're in. If we don't speak in a certain way, if we don't dress in a certain way, like things become very different for
Get
us.
sticky, bro.
They become very different. Employment
different.
opportunities dry up. The classes you get changed. Like so many things can happen depending on how you play this game, innit? So it's really important for people to understand that if your main aim is to come out here and first of all secure your livelihood and make money, then you may be required to have a hard look at yourself and say, okay, what are the points that are gonna be my downfall? This is one of them. this is not necessarily in your favor here. So it's thinking about what isn't in your favor and what is in your favor, and playing up to those things and playing up to your strengths more to ensure that you can have a steady livelihood.
100%. You're more required to be excellent, especially with this. You have to be excellent because I've seen certain situations and some crazy stories where it just is what it is, bro. Not to get racial or anything. I'm just speaking the truth. Where like lighter skin counterparts get away with murder, bro. Oh my, bro, with some of the things
I love this
that,
guy. He touched
bro,
it, bro.
some of the things that like I've seen like some Europeans or white guys get away with, I just know in my heart, if I did anything close to that, I'm getting crucified out here, bro.
Straight into HR, bro.
Bro, straight
there,
HR,
bro.
fired,
March.
HR, fined, deported, jail, everything. Bro, I'm telling you, white guys get away with murder here, bro. And that's not to say, like, bro, a lot of my friends are white, bro. Like, it's not a racial thing. I'm just telling you the truth. It really is like that out here. Bro, we'll get into some of the stories another time, maybe. But, bro, when I say murder, get away with murder. Bro, before I came here, one of my managers told me a story. There was a guy who worked for our company. He left just before I came. Dude had an issue with always having his zip and his trousers undone. And for some reason, he just wouldn't wear boxer shorts or briefs. So he'd be, and you know how in our classrooms, bro, often a lot of the classrooms, they have a stage.
Yeah.
So he'll be on stage, zip down, willy out in front of the kids, bro. Mad thing like that. And I'm like, wait, how long did he work for this company? And he didn't get fired? How long was he just willy out in front of kids and not getting fired and they just didn't do anything? And I'm like, brother,
bro, that is wild.
if that was me or you, bro, instantly.
Well, we wouldn't even get through the lesson, bro. I'm telling you right now, your AC would have been on phone to the top person. Bro, 15, 20 minutes in, you'd have seen your replacement.
You're
at the
done
door,
out here.
and you're cooked, bro.
Cooked.
Finished.
And anyone who don't know, AC just means TA, your teaching assistant.
Yeah,
bro, I'm
person in
hearing
the
mad
classroom,
stories. Bro, dudes in the taxi, touching up their AC, cornering the TA, the teaching assistant, grabbing her bum unprompted. Man, them still work there, still work in the company, bro. Still work there. And I'm like, how? How? Man are smoking weed on the balcony on company premises, bro. How?
How? Man said answer me,
Not
bro.
how does he do it? That's mad.
No.
And the fact that he's doing it is mad. But how do you get away with it, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I can't lie. White privilege is a thing, bro. No one can tell me nothing, bro. White privilege is a thing, bro.
Definitely, bro. Out here in Southeast Asia, it definitely is. And listen, that's the name of the game. In the same breath, were the same two people that sat here and said to you, if it wasn't for the fact our passports are British, we wouldn't be in such a privileged
100.
position. So we understand ebbs and flows. There's ups and downs in it, but we're just telling you that this is one of the major downs depending on who you are. So if you're Caucasian and you're watching this, bro, come over here and get up to a fuckery, rude boy.
You're gonna live your best life, trust me. You're gonna live your best life.
But at the same time, if you're of our creed or our color, it can be at times frustrating. But as I say, I think we're both very level-headed people, and as he said, we see the world for what it is. This is the world, and we chose to be here. And wherein we chose to be here, I'll accept that stuff, man. I can walk past it and get on with my day, innit? It doesn't have to change me. But as he says, you will see it, you'll observe it, you'll encounter it. So just prepare yourself for it, innit?
And I know there's always going to be some idiot out there on the internet, some troll who'll be like, oh, so why don't you just leave then? Why are you complaining? Listen, dickhead. Bro, this is a black experience everywhere. Because, bro, we have to deal with the passive aggression in England as well. And we have to deal with hiring practice bullshit there as well. Yeah, it manifests itself in different ways, but it's still there. And the truth is, bro, like I said, it's not complaining. It's just pointing out what is. Exactly. It is what it is. Exactly. But also, the benefits I get from living here, still quite far outweigh the cons. And
About
bro,
that.
nowhere is perfect, bro. There's no place on the planet where you're gonna get 100% the best of everything. There's always gonna be the good with the bad. And for me, it's like, okay, does the good outweigh the bad? Am I getting enough positive that I can endure the negative? And that's what it is. So we spoke about workplace and things. When you said about like the coffee shop and the way people move with you, bro, I've experienced that as well. It's like when I meet people, I just feel a certain edge. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's like, yeah, like people just don't know how to respond to me or how to act. I can feel that tenseness. And bro, there's something I'm guilty of, and I apologize to myself, bro. I'm giving an apology to me because I'm guilty of it, bro. I caught myself, and I was annoyed that I was doing this, bro. I found myself lightening my voice to make my voice less deeper, to seem less threatening. Like I speak with a diva like, yo, hey, what's going on? What's good? But I'd find myself like, oh, hello, yes, yeah, making my voice lighter to make people feel more confident, putting on fake smiles when I didn't feel like smiling. There's nothing wrong with smiling, but there's times where I'm just chilling. I don't feel like smiling. I'm just chilling. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm literally just cooling, chilling. I put on fake smiles to make people feel less threatened by me. And I started realizing that's not my problem. That's a them problem. Why do you take one look at me and feel threatened? Even in the workplace, bro. Do you know how many times people eventually talk to me and get cool with me and they'll say, oh, when I first met you, you look so scary. Bro, the amount of times I've heard that, people telling me I look scary. I'm like, what?
Wilding,
Where did you get that?
Wilding,
and I'm like, no, that's a program. You've been programmed to think that way. Because there's nothing scary about me. You don't know what scary is. Come to some hood in London. I'll show you scary. I am not scary, bro. Trust me. I am not scary. But it's just like the fact that the way you judge me, like you don't know nothing about me. So many times people get to know me afterwards and be like, oh, you're not what I expected. Well, what did you expect? What did you expect?
Why did you expect it? Like, you wouldn't do that for if you're Vietnamese, you wouldn't do that for another Vietnamese person. You wouldn't say you know them just by looking at them. So how can you instantly do that for us? Like that, and that's the question I would always pose to anyone who, even like, I'm not trying to say you're racist, you're A or B. That's another thing. I'm really big on behavior and identity can be two different things. So I can exhibit racist behavior but not wholeheartedly be a racist. Like I can hold a view that is racist but not prejudice anyone that's from a different background.
I understand.
It's just my view. Like is what it is. I won't say where the scenario comes from, but like if you look at the miseducation of what it's like in Africa, like, because I'm half Nigerian, I'm privileged enough to have been to a couple of African countries. I've been back home and I've seen what it's like. There was this lady who said, Africans don't use soap in Africa. She was like, because they're bathing in rivers, so they don't use soap. And first I'll ask you, do you think that is a racist comment?
An African lady said it.
No. Caucasian lady.
Caucasian. Okay, so a white lady said it. Africans don't use soap in Africa. Bro, it depends on the context. If she's just documenting an experience.
She's never been.
Oh, she's never been. Oh, that's a very different then.
But she said, I've seen Africans take baths on like documentaries.
Okay, I see. See, this is why I said, bro, there's levels to things, bro. There are absolutely levels to things. See, I was under the impression you meant she went to Africa or a certain place in Africa and saw this. See, then I'd say, no, she's not racist. She's just documenting her experience. Because it's like me saying the things I don't like about Vietnam. Am I saying, can you turn and say, I don't like Vietnamese people or I don't like Vietnam? No, that's bullshit. Just because I'm documenting my experience doesn't mean I have a problem with you. That's my actual experience. I can speak on it. If I can clearly see Vietnamese people can be very standoffish, very reserved, does that mean I'm racist now and I'm talking bad on them? No, I am just documenting an experience. But on the flip side, if I've never been to Vietnam, I've never experienced anything myself, I just saw something on TikTok. Oh, Vietnamese people eat cats and dogs. Then maybe you could be like, okay, I'm being really ignorant right now because I'm just judging you based on something I just saw on some TikTok feed, and I've never actually spoken to you, gotten to know you, or experienced you for myself. And this is the problem a lot of people make. And bro, experience will trump opinion any day. My experience trumps opinion. This is why I don't care what people think, bro. I don't care what people think because my experience is higher than your opinion. I come here, I live it, I breathe it, and I'm speaking on experiences. I don't care what you think. And the problem with a lot of people looking at us and judging us, you're just giving an opinion based on what you were taught to think. That's not your experience of me. So when a Vietnamese lady, guy, whatever looks at me and judges me like, oh, you're scary, you're a gangster, you look like gang. I hear this so much. You look gang. I look gang. What the fuck? You haven't experienced that of me. So you're just chatting shit.
Word. But at the same time, I would also like to put in there, like, I've had some of the best experiences with some of the Vietnamese friends that I've made. Like,
100.
I have like a couple, like, I've got a nucleus of close friends that are Vietnamese. One guy, I was having com tam at some restaurant. And he come over to me because I was eating it mad. It was early doors, innit? I was eating it mad. I tell the truth. I didn't have the coordination down yet, innit? So he just saw me, took pity on the boy because the boy he just didn't have it in him. Showed me how to do it, brought me over the chilies, brought me over the napkins, give me the soy sauce. We sat there, we chatted. So after that, I left. And as I'm going to pay, I pay for mine and his. Because, bro, it's like, what, 30K, bro? And he's Vietnamese.
It's not even a pound, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even a pound. Like, the guy's like 50 odd. So I go back to the table, tell him I paid for it. He's like, oh, nah, bro, I can't take that. I said, what do you mean, bro? He's like, nah, bro, I can't take that. Like, cool. We'll go to the coffee shop round the corner so I can buy you a coffee.
Respect.
We'll sit there, chat, and then I'll cut. Took his number down, everything. So, like, we're having this conversation. I don't want people to think that this is everyone in Vietnam. That's not going to be everywhere you go. But for me, there's a higher percentage of people who judge you before they know you than there is people who get to know you before they judge you. And that's just how I think it sits over here.
100, and I agree with you. So yeah, again, making it very clear, this is not there are no totalities. It's not 100% all Vietnamese people are like this, but the truth is, yes, I will absolutely say, in my experience, more the majority will judge before anything. But like you, bro, I've also met some fantastic, amazing Vietnamese people, bro. Some of the best relationships even I've ever had in my whole life.
Swear.
It's been with a Vietnamese women, bro.
This is where you're gonna have to school us, bro. I've never dated I haven't dated over here. Like,
really?
Yeah. So, what my boy gave me when I moved here, he said to me 3 things. He was like, get into teaching, so do your certificate.
Okay.
Get yourself a teaching job. All you need to do, that'll have you financially sound, innit? So get out here as soon as you can. And number 2, I won't even get into number 3. We won't do number 3, but number 2, the main one, he said, do not get a girlfriend. Bro. And he said it with so much solidarity, bro, that I was just like, calm. I'll take your word. So I haven't focused on it at all.
Did he say why?
So I think because he knew where I was going to work, he knew that the culture was very incessant. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you get involved with anyone within that space, it can become very, very claustrophobic very fast.
As in general, or dating within the workplace?
That's first, dating within the workplace.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
But then second, for me, when I moved here, like, as I said, I moved into a good group of friends. But at the same time, bro, you know how it is, bro. If I come in there now, if this girl says, yeah, I'm single, bro, you know one of them guys in that batch has been plotting on this girl for like 1.5 years. If I move it now, bro, now me and this guy have got a problem, and I didn't even know we had a problem. So, like, for me, I just wanted to, when I first moved here, make sure that my relationships were ones in which, like, they were measured, we had enough distance between us, but everything was kosher in it. So
Okay.
haven't dated out here, don't plan to for the next like 6-7 months. So I'm interested to hear like more on your experiences, because obviously we've spoken on
Okay.
it before.
Oh, alright, bro. I won't lie to you, man. I'm a recovering womanizer, bro. I know that sounds mad to say, but brother, it is what it is, bro. Like, one of my main philosophies of life is know yourself, be yourself.
100,
And you
bro.
can't be yourself if
100,
you don't know
100,
yourself.
100, 100,
So yeah, bro. And I say recovering because I'm just on a different life path right now, bro. I'm fully locked in right now, fully focused. And I care more about my goals and where I want to go. But I'll have to be honest, bro. It won't always like that. And I know a lot of times, bro, when you look at social media and things, you only ever see the highlight reels of people's life. People always just show the good shit, the nice shit. No, but it's not always like that, bro. So, but me, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to start what I'm doing, to document the journey, the highs and the lows. Because I always wished I could go online and see someone going through what I'm currently going through. People show problems they had and the successes they have. No one shows right in the middle as you're going through it. And I wish I had that. So that's why I decided to do this. So yeah, bro. Back to the question. So when I got here, brother, when the dating thing, I hit the ground running, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I hit the
You
ground
saying in the
running,
thing, cuz.
bro. So I came to Vietnam 3 years ago on holiday. I didn't do nothing. I had a girlfriend at the time in England. But I'm not blind, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not blind. Bro, I came here and I'm like,
You
man,
earmarked it, you
Vietnamese women
said.
are gorgeous, bro. I'm like, damn. Me personally, I personally think they're the prettiest Asian women. Me personally. Yeah,
Shout
I
out
do.
Vietnamese women, dog.
Not necessarily in the personality department, though. No. Yeah, bro. That's why there's no utopia. There's no all good, all bad, bro. You gotta take the good with the bad. So I hit the ground running, bro. And bro, I dated a lot of girls here. I won't lie to you, bro. I dated a lot of girls here. This might even flag me as a red flag to our future Vietnamese girls, but it is what it is, bro. I dated a lot of girls here, and they're not all the same, bro. There's an umbrella of Vietnamese culture. There's definitely an umbrella which they all fall underneath. But then you have like your different archetypes of Vietnamese girls, bro.
Okay.
Different archetypes. You
Okay.
got the artsy ones, you got the super career ones, you got the fully just wifey relationship ones, then you got your waste your time, do nothing with life ones. There's different archetypes. And consistently I can say Vietnamese women are very reserved on the surface. They're very reserved, extremely shy,
Yeah.
but they value relationships here. This is one thing I do like about dating in Vietnam, and a big difference compared to back home in the West. Relationships is highly valued here. Whereas back home, dating can be very willy-nilly, like I'm with one person today, gone tomorrow. Not to say that doesn't happen here, it does, but on a much lesser scale than compared to back home. That's
Okay.
one thing I do like here. Relationships are much more valued. And I find the loyalty you get from Vietnamese women is it's crazy. It's unparalleled, bro. It's unparalleled. Like, I've dealt with some fiercely loyal women who I can honestly say would do anything for me, bro. Absolutely do anything for me. A lot of them love to play house. As in, yeah, bro, it's nice, bro. It's a good feeling. You feel like you get treated like a king, bro. Cook, clean, unprompted. Don't even have to ask. Don't feel like it's misogyny or anything like that. They just understand their role, bro, and they're happy to play it, bro. When I say role, I know a lot of Western women will be angry, like, what do you mean? Woman just belongs in the kitchen. No, the culture and the mindset is different here. For them, a lot of them, they're happy to play that role. Literally happy. But with all of that good stuff said, it does come with some with some side notes, bro. Brother, some of these chicks can be crazy as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie. In the sense of highly sensitive, extremely sensitive and emotional, bro. A lot of Vietnamese girls are so sensitive, bro. And I've noticed consistently, I've spoken to some of my boys about this, so a lot of my guys have experienced this as well. there's a lot of mental problems here, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mental illness, bro. There's so many people, and this is like guys and girls, but obviously I'm not gay. I deal with girls, so bro, the amount of girls I've met who are on antidepressant pills, sleeping pills, all kinds of pills, bro, it actually blew my mind just how common it really is. Bro, there is some serious depression and mental illnesses going on in this city. I don't know if it's the whole country, but Ho Chi Minh, I don't know if it's because the pressure, like these people work like 10, 11, 12-hour shifts, bro. Like the work life of Vietnamese people is flipping intense, bro.
Tough.
It's intense for them, man. But yeah, bro, everyone's on pills, everyone's depressed. And I'm just like, raw, like it blew my mind when I started dating here. Also, in the culture, bro, there's something I don't like. So, you know, back home, we talk about simping, right?
Yeah.
And we like clown it like a negative. Now, bro, I'm an extremely romantic dude, bro. Like, I know I come across like super hard and blah, blah, blah. That's just a London boy in me. But, bro, I'm a lover boy at heart, bro. I'm a lover boy at heart, man, really and truly. And I don't feel no way to be romantic and these things with my girl. I like treating a girl I'm dealing with. But it's all about value exchange, bro. Relationships are a value exchange. It's only simping when it's an unequal value exchange, meaning that you're just giving everything to this girl and she does nothing for you, bro. That's simping. But when it's an equal value exchange, like this girl provides a lot of value for me, I am happy to constantly give to her. But in the Vietnamese culture, bro, I've noticed Vietnamese women, bro, a lot of them expect you to chase them. They want to be courted.
Yeah.
And courting is nothing wrong. I don't think courting in and of itself is bad, but it's the manner in which they expect it. Meaning consistently, bro. Consistently. Not all, but more so. More so. I'd say at least 70% plus I've noticed. Expect the man to just aimlessly chase them. Chase. And they love to play the whole hard to get thing. But the craziest part is Vietnamese guys will encourage that. I cannot tell you how many Vietnamese women I've spoken to and they've said, I can't tell a guy that I like him because he won't like me anymore. And this is Vietnamese women telling me this. So it's like Vietnamese guys, I don't know. I think it's tact, bro. I think it's a lack of self-love. You don't like what likes you. Make it make sense for me. I'm the opposite. I want what likes me, bro. Girls who do the play hard to get thing, in my mind, I'm like, you don't like me enough. I'm not wasting my time. You don't like me enough.
Brother.
I choose who chooses me, bro. Choose who chooses you. I don't do the chase thing. Bro, whether I meet a girl in real life, Tinder, Bumble, whatever, oftentimes, bro, like so many time wasters, they are clearly interested in me. But they love this whole game, this fantasy they have in their mind of the chase, the courtship, the chasing. And yeah, bro, like I'm a foreigner here. I'm not Vietnamese. So I'm not going to come and like switch up their whole culture because Vietnamese guys are happy to do it. They're happy to do the chasing thing. I'm not happy to do it, bro. I'm not willing to do it, bro.
Get you there.
Yeah.
Get you there. So like tying it into the rest of the conversations we've had, like wherein you need to meet these people, because like for me it's completely different. I just try and avoid it at all costs. Like so long. For me, I consider it in the same way you said about goals. Like there's only 24 hours in a day, and I don't at the moment with what I want to achieve, what I want to do, the things I'm interested in, what I want to pursue, what I want to inform myself more about. I can't honestly say I can give you an hour or two of even just my thought, because for me, you think about your partner. Cool, what am I going to do for them not what am I going to do, but like what can I do to make their day a little bit better?
100.
What can I take her shoes out? Can I get them cleaned? Can I get her nails? Yeah, you put in so much thought and time and energy into it that I honestly know from this point I can't commit that. So there's no point in me selling that lie to another person. As you said, if you want to be courted like that, that's not for me. So go find a Vietnamese guy that will do it for you. But did you feel that you had to, one, overcome anything in your first interactions with them because you're foreign? And I think two, for me, most interestingly, where you said I want who wants me, did you feel understood? Because I think that's my biggest fear in getting into a relationship over here. I don't think my partner will be able to understand me. And if you don't understand me, then it's finite. This is gonna end at some point. So like try and help me a bit with that element of it.
Couple things to unpack. Brother, I'll be so real with you. My experience, we are not the same. Meaning us and coming here, we're not Vietnamese, bro. You understand? So I would absolutely say if anyone out there, it's a fantasy. You're not gonna come here and find someone off the bat who understands you. It's not gonna happen. It's a fantasy. It will 0% chance. But doesn't mean you can't pursue something here. For me, what I look for is someone who's open-minded. Because I
Okay.
can't expect you to understand me. You live
Okay.
in Vietnam. We're from England, bro. Specifically London. We have a multicultural society.
Yeah.
Going in school, I saw the Nigerian kid, the Ghanaian kid, the Lebanese kid, the Irish kid. I had people from all over the world in my school. We see it all the time. That's not like that here. It's just all they've ever known is Vietnamese. So it's not even fair to expect them to know
True.
you.
True.
Even with all social media, they're gonna get a skewed view of you. They're
Mm.
gonna get a view of you pushed by white American media,
Mm.
so they
Mm.
won't understand. And in that sense, I understand, so I don't blame them. But
Okay.
where I will blame you is the lack of understanding that you need to have an open mind. It's a lack of openness.
Yeah.
That is the judgment I will put on a woman.
Okay.
Lack of
Okay.
openness. So I'm looking for a balance, bro. I believe that your culture can also be a prison, bro. Culture can be a prison.
Therefore, say that shit
It can
again.
be a
Culture
prison.
could be a prison.
100. Because I'm British, I'm from London, but I don't always necessarily have to be the stereotypical thing. Like, I met some people here. Guy said, "Oh, I found a place that does fish and chips." I was like, bro, I don't really eat fish and chips, bro. You get me? I eat rice and peas, bro. You get me?
Well, I need to find a nice jerk spot out here, cause that's
Oh,
what
actually,
I'm
I got
looking
a spot
for.
for you, bro. I'll give it to you
Swear.
after. Yeah, I got a
Alright,
spot for you. I got a spot. I'll plug you.
pluggy.
I'll plug you. So yeah, with that said, bro, I'm looking for a hybrid because I'm a hybrid, bro. Like I said, Bruce Lee, take what works from everywhere, bro. I'm so multinational. I'm from England, but my mother's from Jamaica.
Mm.
My dad is Hispanic, Latino from the Dominican Republic.
Oh
I've
yeah.
also lived in China. I speak Chinese. I've lived in Korea. I'm now living here. I'm so international, bro.
Therefore,
There's
bro.
so many different aspects of me. So this is why I don't like the whole put me in a box thing. You
Mm.
cannot put me in a
Mm.
box.
Mm.
There's too many different facets to me. I'm a hybrid.
Therefore.
So
Therefore.
I'm looking for the girl who's a hybrid, and I know it's very rare to find because I'm also very rare. I am a rare individual. So the girl I'm looking for, I know is rare. I'm not gonna find her instantly. But guess what? I'm not looking for a girl. I'm looking for my girl. And that's the difference,
This
bro.
is the
That is the
key, bro.
difference.
This is the
So
key.
it's calm, bro. And with that said, the hybrid I'm looking for is a girl that is, yes, traditionally Vietnamese at the base. That's the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like girls who reject their culture. Girls who say only exclusively, oh, I only date white guys, only date black guys. It's slightly a red flag for me. There's nothing wrong with preferences. You can
It's a
have preference.
huge red
Preference
flag
is
for me.
cool. But if you're just like,
I can't
I
hear it, bro.
don't even like my own culture, my own people, there's something wrong there with your psyche. So I do like a girl that actually likes and loves her culture. Yes, she's traditionally Vietnamese, but with an open mind on top.
Okay.
And most of the women I meet here are just Vietnamese. They lack the open-minded part. So that's the first part when you said to touch base on what you said about finding someone who understands me. It won't happen, but if you're looking for someone with an open mind who's willing to learn you,
Yeah.
then you can
Yeah.
have an amazing situation. And I've had those situations.
Is it?
I've had those situations.
Ooh.
And this is where I'm the asshole here, bro. I'll be real with you. And this is a lesson I learned the hard way. When it comes to the second point you made, choose who chooses you. Bro, I learned this lesson the hard way. I haven't always had this philosophy. Bro, I've had situations here where I've had women treat me like an absolute king, my bro. Treat me like a king. So in love with me, so enamored by me, so infatuated by me, would do anything for me. And yeah, you think, well, where is she now? Bro, I, I fell into the typical male trap of just always wanting the hotter girl. And I admit it, bro. I fucked up, bro.
Happens.
And it's not that she wasn't gorgeous, bro. She's gorgeous, bro.
Mm.
But just always wanting more, always wanting better. And it weren't until that happened to me a few times, bro, I sat down and I really thought about things. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I like this? And I thought about it, and then I realized it's actually a lack of self-love. Because it's a lack of self-love. You don't love yourself. And most men are like this, bro. Most men are like this. Most men want the baddie, bro. They want the baddest girl. And it's cool. We're men. We're visual. There's nothing wrong with wanting something pretty to look at. But you're out here chasing, bro. You're chasing a woman. And the very definition of chasing means if you're chasing, it means something's running away from you, bro. That is the actual act of chasing. It's running away from you. I don't want what's running from me. I want what's running towards me. You understand? So, bro, I don't chase anymore. And you've got this girl here who actually wants you, who's interested in you, but you're going to ignore her to go chase that baddie over there who don't give a damn about you. And that's why a lot of these guys have to spend a bag on girls. That's why they got to put on a performance and act like a clown. And then you can't upkeep that. Show off a lifestyle. Bro, she don't really like you like that, bro. She don't like you. Because if she really liked you, you wouldn't have to do all of that. Bro, the women I deal with, bro, yeah, I'll take them out if I want to. But it's not required. They are more than happy to just come sit on the couch and just chat to me, be in my presence. She's really here for me.
Word.
And then, bro, I woke up, because then when I was dating around, so many times I'll meet a girl, and this is my tester. I used to hate going on coffee dates, bro. I used to hate coffee dates. Now I love them because it's a good tester. I'll say to a girl I meet, yeah, let's just go for coffee first date. If she says anything like, no, I'd rather go for dinner, she's out. Because then now I know you're not really here for me. You're not really here to get to know me.
X them things out.
She's only here for what I can do for her. She wants an experience. So I suggest coffee because then at least I know, okay, on some level, you actually are just coming to get to know me. Yeah, bro. So choosing you. And I realized that it's a lack of self-love, because when you have a girl who loves you so much, you loving her is like loving yourself, because she loves you so much, bro. She loves you so much. You loving her is loving you,
bro.
So I realized, yeah, bro, I'm done chasing these baddies who don't give a damn about you. I only like what likes me. I want what wants me, bro. And they are here, bro. You do get that here. And when I found that in Vietnam, bro, there's certain women like that, bro. That's why I said those kinds of Vietnamese women I've dated, they are rare, but it's also probably the best relationships I've ever had in my life.
So in finding them, was it more dating apps, or was it like when you went out to do like an activity and you was in a space, you'd meet someone who's also interested in that thing, and then you bond over it, and then is that how you met people, or was it more like workplace, online, or like in situ, like when you're going to do things? Like
all the above.
Is it?
All the above, bro.
Okay.
All the above.
Okay.
So I've had this conversation with like guys back home in the UK, even guys in the US who find me online and they're interested in coming out here to date. Like I am not one of them passport bros or nothing that, bro. I'm just a guy who lives abroad. But there are like guys who come from that passport bro space and they hit me up online and they want to specifically talk about dating. My biggest advice I give people is literally, you need to just be yourself, bro. Be yourself. Because someone's gonna like you, bro. Someone's gonna like you. And this goes back to the not chasing thing, bro. Like, do you know how many guys I know that if you didn't have that girl around, you probably wouldn't be drinking, you probably wouldn't be smoking, you probably wouldn't be doing half the things you're doing. If you do that yourself, cool, be yourself, that's calm. But I know a lot of guys, they have to use vices because they're scared to truly just be themselves around a woman, for fear she's going to be bored, she's not going to really like you. Fuck all of that, bro. Be yourself. So whatever you're into, whatever your interests are, if you're a painter, go find some painting shit to do. Me, you do jiu-jitsu, go join a jiu-jitsu club. Just by being yourself, you will meet people with similar interests to you. Now, that's easier said than done because we live in Vietnam and the level of English here is not as high as other places. So there's language barrier involved.
Huge.
That's where dating apps come in handy.
Okay.
Because I never liked dating apps before. I never used dating apps in England, bro.
100. Bro.
Never.
100.
I
still haven't got that in.
I've never used a dating app until I came to Asia. And the main reason why I did is actually because of language barrier, bro. That's the only reason. Because I'm super confident, bro. I can go up cold approach and talk to a girl, spark a conversation. But here again goes back to the judgment. When I go to chat to a girl here on a random, Yeah, bro. She's looking all scared. Like, what's going on?
You know the ones there, bro. If it's in a club, that's the only time you may get a
100.
reaction that's outside of the norm. But in a
Yes.
coffee shop, bro, like we're from London, innit? We grew up in that era where I needed to come over to you to chat to you to get your number. Like I couldn't
Facts.
send my brethren over there. I had to do it, and if I didn't do it, my brethren was taking the number, bro.
Word.
Like, cause,
Word.
'cause
You can't go, oh, my friend thinks you're cute. Bro, your
she
friend's
like,
leaving with
yeah,
her, not you.
run your friend, bro. Your friend can't even chat to me. How's he
Word.
gonna date me? So where we grew up in that era, we know how to be able to cold approach a woman and just chat to her. But here, bro, like I feel like there's this barrier or wall, bro. Like on that approach, don't get me twisted. I've done it. I've broke through it a couple times, but that was more on a friendly vibe, just on a raw. What are you doing? Like if I'm in a coffee shop, because I write poetry, like I write music, I do some other stuff. Like I'll be in a coffee shop writing something, and there might be another writer or someone who's a photographer in there. So I'll be like, oh, what do you do? Like, can I see your art? etc. And after the first 2 minutes, it's a breakdown. But bro, like, I would never want to have to cross that bubble and get back, because sometimes it would just be, she has no idea what you're saying, bro. She doesn't speak any English, and you've just pulled up to her, and you're talking fucking gibberish, bro. Like, there is no sense to what's being said here to her, innit? And that's not her being abrasive. That's literally just her not knowing. So she's just sat there looking at you like
That blank look, like.
And so for me, that's just one of them ones I never want to get hit with. So I get what you say when you say it, maybe like for the language barrier, especially, dating apps would help. Give them time to think, give them time to translate if they need to. Whole 19 yards. It does probably make it slightly easier.
It does, definitely, bro. And also, one, the language barrier, and two, it's not their culture. They're not used to cold approaching here. Most Vietnamese relationships is social circle game, man. You get introduced by a friend or friends of friends, or you just know each other like that. The whole strangers moving up to people, that don't really happen here.
Is
That doesn't
it?
really happen. I've noticed
Didn't
that. And
know.
I've noticed people are very distrusting of strangers here. People do not trust strangers here at all, bro.
Is
Yeah,
it?
that's the feeling I get. People very distrusting. Like in Japan, in Tokyo, they've got something called nampa. I think I'm pronouncing it right, nampa. And nampa is a Japanese word for pickup. So in Japan, it's very normal to cold approach. At least in Tokyo, you go out cold approach a girl, they're used to it because they got Japanese dudes who teach nampa, teach pickup. But here,
Hey.
there's nothing like that
Game's
here,
different.
bro. Yeah. So either social circle game, like my ex-girlfriend I met through work, bro, or dating apps, bro, because you bypass the language barrier. But I still don't really like dating apps, bro. I'll be honest with you, because there's just a lot of time wasters there. But I have met some amazing women via dating apps.
Is it?
But bro, I feel like there's a certain method. I've kind of got my method down to a T, bro. Bro, I treat dating like a business, bro. I take a
Don't
girl
give
through
them
a
the
funnel.
gem, bro. Don't give them the gems.
I'm not,
bro.
nah, bro. You're gonna have to pay for this later. I'm not
Man
saying.
said, that's subscription
Yeah, that's
service.
subscription
dude.
shit.
Sign up,
I'll
bro.
say that later. But I literally take her through a funnel, bro. I treat it like business, like a business funnel. This is the opt-in page. This is where you sign up. This is where I take you to the low ticket sale. Here's the high ticket sale. Yeah, it's a funnel, bro.
No, do you know what it is? And I can tell that from something you said, and I think people don't understand how key this is. Like taking a girl for a coffee date, even just suggesting it to see what she's gonna say back to you, bro. You may not even go on that coffee date, but if the idea of me and you going on a coffee date is not one you can sit with, we don't need to go on
She's
any other
disqualified.
date. You know what I'm saying? We can't go
Instantly.
to the restaurants and do all that other stuff if we can't do the simple bits. And if I can't sit and hold silence with you, like if I can't sit across from you on a table and we not necessarily not have nothing to say, but for a moment hold silence with you, then realistically, there's no being together, man. Because do you know how much time there is in a day? How much time we're gonna spend together? That whole time doesn't need to be verbal. And like, I feel like in relationships, communication can be way non-verbal, and it can be so effective. Like I don't have to say something to you for you to know my emotions.
100.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, where you said that stuff about the coffee shop date, bro, that for me is exactly it, bro. If I can't take you coffee shop, I can't take you anywhere else.
Bro, I refuse. I will never take a girl to dinner on a first date. It's an absolute no-no for me, bro. I will never do it, bro. No way. Like I said, I like who likes me, and that's the ultimate filter I found. Normally, it's a coffee shop, or we just go chill, sit by the river, and just have a 1-2 juice, little cheddar. Yeah, have some cheddar by the river, bro. If she can't do that, then I know you're not really here to get to know me. You're here for what you can get out of the situation, and it's very evident, bro. There was one girl I was chatting to, fine, bro. Oh my gosh, she was so sexy, bro. And we've been on and off trying to, not on and off dating, but trying to date, set a link up for months, bro. And there was just always something that kept coming up. So when she finally agreed, like, let's meet up, I hit her with the coffee shop thing. And she was like, no one's ever asked me for coffee on a first date before. So already I'm thinking, okay, here we go. You're used to guys just blowing a bag on you. That's not going to be me. So I said, well, there's always a first time for everything. That's how I played it. A little humor. I'm like, there's always a first time for everything. Nice. So I sent her I sent her 2 locations. I was like, which one's closest to you? So you don't have to travel far. Trying to be a gentleman. She hit me back with a new location for some fancy bar in D1, bro. And D1's like the central area of Vietnam, if anyone don't know.
Yeah. Prices are higher, the whole thing.
Yeah. And it's not like man can't afford it, bro. Of course, bro. Like, you know, we make enough to live good here. But it's not about the price, bro. It's about the principle. The fact that she hit me back with a counter offer like, no, let's go here. I thought that was slightly kind of rude. I thought it was kind of rude because I'm the one who invited you out. I'm the one who's going to end up paying for this. You know what I'm saying? So she sent me, I said to her, I was like, look, I don't want to go for drinks with you. I'm not going for drinks. I used to do that, bro. I used to always go for drinks with girls. But, and don't get me wrong, bro, it'll probably end up in them coming back to my house and doing the adult Olympics, if you understand what I mean. But I'm at a place in life right now where I don't have time to waste. I want something meaningful. If I'm even going to go out with a girl, bro, I want something meaningful. I'm too busy, bro. I'm too focused on the kingdom building arc. I'm in the kingdom building arc right now. I'm not on this dating around thing no more, bro. I'm really trying to build some wealth here. So, yeah, I said to her, like, I'm not really trying to go on drinking first. We can drink later once we get to know each other. But I'd rather really sit down and get to know you. You get to know me. So I was like, let's do coffee. She sent me another location, some next fancy restaurant in D1. So I said, look, we just met. We don't even know each other. Can we just go sit down and just talk over coffee? If afterwards we're hungry, we can go. I didn't even say no dinner. I was like, yeah, we can go get food afterwards. And then she was just like, well, I want to go to dinner. Bro, I was just like, yeah, this ain't going to work out. Goodbye. Good luck. Just cut her off, man.
Bro.
Just cut her off. Disqualified.
Respect it. And that's that for me was, I think that was one of my biggest pitfalls. Not necessarily like doing that with women, like, and dating, like, in what we was talking about earlier, the perception of us. So I'd go out sometimes and I'm drinking and I'm like, cool, I'll have a beer. Obviously over here their beer is way cheaper than everything else, innit? Like, so man can have a steady night and coast on a beer. I had this, like, I've been to a couple of places, I won't name them because I ain't trying to blackball you, innit? But the way that they spoke to man, the way they served man was almost like, oh, right, you can't, like, you're only buying this because that's all you can afford. And I fell into the trap of being like,
really?
What? Fuck all that, bro. Listen, get me this, I'll be sitting there ordering JD all night just to be like, remember, I'm not some dickhead. Like, I'm like, I used to hate it, bro. Like, my first couple months, I fell into that trap heavy, bro. I'd be out here buying mad amounts of drinks just to be like, understand, yeah, I'm black, but it's not that. Like, don't make that assumption. Don't think that I don't have the ability to be able to. So when you say that about the restaurants, it's like, no, I can do it. But it took me a really long time to get to a point where I could say to myself, is this what I want to do, or am I doing it to prove something to someone that realistically I don't give a fuck about? Same in your case. Am I taking you to dinner to prove that I can do that and prove that I have enough finances to do X, Y, and Z with you all the time? Or am I actually taking you out because I want to get to know you? So, like, for me in my first couple months, that was a really big pitfall of mine. Like, I was doing that heavily, bro. Heavily. Just trying to overcome the prejudice. And at the same time, now I'm just like, bro, if I want to drink beer, bro, that's what I'm gonna
Word,
drink.
bro. Just
You
do what
know?
you want. Be yourself.
Exactly.
Bro, a lot of foreigners are getting finessed out here, bro. I see a lot of like foreigners with Vietnamese women, and I can see right off the bat, you're paying for this relationship, bro, whether directly or indirectly. And you could argue we all pay in some way, but bro, since I've had this mentality of choose who chooses you, I can see from a mile away she don't really like you like that, bro. You sold her on a certain lifestyle, and that's what I want to avoid, my guy. I only want what wants me, bro. And a lot of expats come here, they fall in that trap. They use the advantage of their finances to get women here, and it happens a lot. So I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, because bro, the love I get from a woman who truly wants me, even bro, the sex is different from a woman who has that
100.
raw desire for you versus
100,
someone who
bro.
just feels like, oh, I have to sleep with him because he spent $1 million on me.
100,
Yeah, it's
bro.
different, bro.
He
It's
took me here. He
different.
took me here. That probably amounts to what, 5-10 minutes, and then I can go sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's adding the whole thing up in her head. Like, cool. This is this. Like, if we do this, cool, then we have to go back. So like, I get exactly what it's an exchange, but I feel like when you're with someone who truly loves you, bro, that stuff, like, everything is just amplified. It's just so much bigger. It's so much better. It's so much more pure in it. And I think it comes from a better place in it. Whereas, as you say, some of the relationships I've seen out here, some of them have been good, but some of the relationships I've seen out here, especially Western or foreign males with Vietnamese women, like,
Mad transactional.
it is, bro. It is it's a transaction, bro. Debit card in, cash comes out, bro. That's how. And if you don't put your debit card in, cash don't come out. That's just how it is. Whereas when you're in that kind of relationship, as you said, bro, she'll show you different signs of love without you even having to input into it. And when you do then input into it, it feels even better. So yeah, you've changed my view on dating out here, if I'm honest with you, and just what the prospect of it can be to be a lot more better.
It's out here, bro. It's out here, bro. And I truly believe, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Focus on you. But I can honestly say, bro, I have an abundance mindset, bro. So the first time I had a woman here treat me like an absolute king, I was like, oh, damn, how did I let that go? But then I had another, even a third. So now I have an abundance mindset, bro. And I truly believe, what are you so scared of losing when nothing belongs to you anyway?
100.
Nothing in this world belongs to you, bro. We're all on borrowed time.
Therefore,
All on borrowed time. And I don't take nothing for granted anymore. I don't take nothing for granted. So yeah, bro, you got to have an abundance mindset. So right now I'm in a stage in life, I'd rather be alone than just with some chick who kind of doesn't really like me like that. Or I've got to be jumping through all these hoops being a clown for, because I've experienced it, bro. And I can tell you, bro, in Vietnam, I've had some of the most best relationships I've had here.
swear.
Best, bro.
Shout
hands
out
down.
the
It's-
Vietnamese
bro,
women,
it's out.
dog.
When you catch a good one, bro, you catch a good one, bro. Yeah. I'd love for you to experience that. Remember this conversation. One day in the future, you'll be like, yo, Rome, I get it now.
That will be the message, bro. It won't say anything else. It will just be, I get it now. That's all you're going to see on your phone screen. When I get it, I'll tell you, bro.
Word. So, bro, before we wrap up, I just want to say, so what's the plan, bro? What would you like to achieve here, man? What would you like to achieve being here in Vietnam?
See, that's very interesting. So, like, when I first moved here, bro, like, my first inspiration was to start, like, an off-sect of a teaching element. So, like, where we teach in a week, I wanted to do, like, a completely free program in some of the underprivileged areas of Vietnam. So, for this year, because I wanted to, like, my whole lifetime aspiration is to set up an NGO.
Okay.
So, if I can start doing charity work in that way, get in touch with the right people, and just see how that side of things work, how that can be structured, how it can be scaled. That's something I want to do long term. But within the next couple months, is getting better at teaching. Because I want to be the best educator I can in it. Like just for me to, I take pride in what I do. When I walk into that classroom, I want my kids to know that I give a fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro.
they can come chat to me, like, anything, any questions you have. Don't be afraid about what you're gonna, like, I've had kids come up to me and say mad things, but it's because they don't know. So cool, say it to me, And I'll tell you, I mean, you can say it to anyone else,
I get
but
it.
say it to me, innit? Because it's a safe space. So, like, I want to become a better educator. I want to be able to play the guitar by the end of the year. So
Okay.
that is a huge one for me. Um, and I want to get into finishing off a sonnet. So I write poetry. I want to have a complete sonnet by the end of the year. So
Respect.
that for me, that is the goals and the aims for this year. But I'd ask you the same, bro. If I didn't already know, but you can tell them, I know a couple of them. But as a sign off and a wrap up, what is it that you think this channel will be going forward? What do they have to look forward to? And then finally, what is it that you're looking to do within the next couple months?
Good
Yeah.
questions, bro. So regarding with this channel, I've met some amazing people on my journeys abroad, yourself included, and I want to share those stories, bro. I want to share those stories. And you know what's crazy? As selfish as this might sound, I'm not even doing this for them, for the internet, for the audience. I'm doing this for me. I'm documenting thought process because I realized for me, I've sat down and I thought, man, my life is amazing. Like, I can't even lie. I sit down, I'm like, yo, I live a mad life, you know, from my childhood to all the things I've done, to the traveling, the adventures I've had. And I just thought, I want to document this. And then I meet other people as well, and I'm like, I want to share those stories. It's not just me. I've met some truly inspiring people,
Yeah,
and I draw inspiration from the world, bro. I draw inspiration from you, so many people I meet, in so many ways that you guys don't even know. So I want to document it, and I want to share this with the world to show what's possible, to show what's possible. Because everyone's sitting on an idea, bro. I know it. So many people are sitting on ideas. The girl you was too scared to talk to, the poetry that you never finished writing, the business idea that you never started. Everyone has something they want to do, bro. And the main theme of this channel, bro, like I said it before, know yourself, be yourself. You have to know yourself, you have to be yourself. And I want to share experiences of people who are already on that path of knowing themselves and being themselves. And that's a forever journey. That's a forever journey.
Definitely.
So that's the main thing for this channel. In terms of my personal goals, my goal is actually to end up quitting teaching to work for myself. Yeah. So I'm a digital marketer. That's what I work on in the background. So I do digital marketing and copywriting. My goal right now is to double down on that and become the best digital marketer, copywriter I can be. Continue upping my client base. I'm going to quit teaching. My goal is to quit before the new year, before 2026. I want to work for myself, and then I want to come back and teach others who are interested in doing that how to start making money online, because there's many different ways. That's just the avenue I took. I've actually been making money online before. I've written ebooks before. Amazon still pays me every month for ebooks that I've written, and I wrote those books when I was 21 years old.
Bro,
Yeah.
that is,
There's a lot we still haven't touched. Yeah, we're gonna have to do an episode 2 for real. Definitely need an episode 2 for real. So yeah, I wrote ebooks when I was around 21. I had a drop shipping business 3 years ago. I was selling furniture online in the UK. So that business is closed. So yeah, I have experience of making money online. And then coming back here, I just wanted to leave the UK so desperately. So I quit everything, came back to teaching because I know teaching, and I just thought, okay, I know I want to work online. I'm not sure in what avenue. I'll figure it out later. So that's another thing I'm going to be documenting, my journey going from IT engineering to teaching to working online, and just documenting that journey.
Definitely,
Yeah.
that help a lot of people, man. Like, cause people don't see the even me, bro. I don't see the nexus between those worlds. I don't like, and I think sometimes we get caught up in our own heads and say, listen, I know this. This is all I'm gonna do. I've been trained in this. I've studied this. This is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And you've shown, and your story is evidence that you can literally say, actually, I want to get good at this. Bro, today, bro, it's the first time you set this shit up. This shit looks mad professional.
Love, bro.
But you'll walk it, and that's what I admire about you. You'll walk into this situation on the ground floor with the confidence that you're going to the top. And I don't think necessarily everyone walks into situations like that. They walk in like, okay, I'm going to get to know it. I'll do it for a while, and that's it. But you proper aim to excel in it. You aim to develop yourself at it. And that development of self is something that carries, I think, for most people who leave their home country. You want to be better. You want something different. And if you don't have that kind of drive, I just don't think you achieve the things you have, bro. So
Love, bro. You know what? I'll leave this here for everyone. So a lot of the things I say, sometimes it's like advice given to other people, but I'm actually almost reminding myself. It's like a lot of the things I put out is actually for myself. But if it helps people along the way, I'm happy. Because often in life, we need to be reminded more than we need to learn new things. So a lot of times people are looking for the new thing, the new thing, the new thing. Actually, it's more you need to be reminded. So this is the last thing I'll leave people with. You know what I realized is the true ultimate superpower, bro? The superpower is the time gap between thought and execution. So, did you grow up in a Christian household, bro?
yeah.
I grew up in a Christian household. And no
Church
one
of
ever
England.
talked. Go, sorry?
Church of England.
Okay, Church of England.
Church of England, C&V.
So I had a thought, bro. It's like they say, and I'm not super religious, but I find you can find wisdom anywhere. He said, God said, let there be light, and there was light. And I just thought, that's actually the ultimate power, to have a thought and instantly it becomes reality. That is the ultimate power. So I said, if I want to be as close to God as possible or have the ultimate power like God, he said, let there be, and there was. Then the ultimate power is to shorten the gap, shorten the time frame between thought and actual execution. That is the ultimate power. And the reason why people outperform anyone, if someone's outperforming you, if anyone's beating you, it's because their execution time is quicker than yours. Even in martial arts, I've learned from training, a lot of the time you both have skills, but if you hesitate, you'll lose. You hesitated to throw that jab. You wanted to, but you thought twice. You hesitated to go for the guard pass if you're talking about jiu-jitsu. And it's that hesitation that throws you off. So yeah, that's one thing I realized. People talk about procrastination and these things there, but the ultimate superpower is the time, shortening the time between thought and actual execution, and failure is impossible. That's what I said before. There is no try. It's either do or do not. Failure is impossible. Shorten that time frame between thought and doing, you will win.
That is insane. I'll even take that with me. Even give it to me. You make it for me, but I'll take that with me, dog. That is powerful stuff, bro.
Love, bro. Powerful. Thanks for coming, bro. I really appreciate you,
bro. It was sick. It was sick, bro.
Love. So with that said, yeah, guys, first episode of Making It Abroad. Got my boy Derick here. Bro, if anyone wants to tune in with you, where can they find you, my bro?
Bro, I'm nowhere at the moment. I'm still in the building phase, but I'll definitely link up with you and we'll sit down. And when I'm looking to roll things out, I'll definitely come back up here, hit you, and we'll do something with that.
Say no more, my bro.
Love, Brody.
Guys, peace. Know yourself, be yourself. Peace.